Hey, love lovers, hello everyone. So, this is about Jhene Aiko and Big Sean. Okay, a love lover asked, why is he not marrying her? Anyway, I was just so struck, like shocked to see the chart of Jhene Aiko is so similar to the chart of my son. When I saw it, I'm like, oh my gosh, literally, wow. So, Jhene Aiko, born on the 16th of March 1988 in America, right? And her man, Big Sean, born 25th of March 1988, also in America. Both Americans, musicians, very talented, big talent. And personally, I love Jhene Aiko's music. I find it soothing. I find it very tranquille. Tu vois, tranquille. Donc, I really enjoy it. Anyway, today we are just about a research question of why they are not getting married. And to simply answer this, I'm just going to simply answer it, and then I go into their planetary aspects and all of that, right? But to simply answer the question so that so that we could just stop the video right now, right? Jokes. Anyway, the simple answer, it comes into two Synastry explanations. Okay, first of all, he's got his Venus, right, attached to his Ketu naturally, with a Lilith as well, meaning that in his lifetime, like when it comes to love, he would have experienced a lot of breakups, different partners of different types as well. Because again, guys, you know the drill by now. When Ketu is attaching itself to Venus, it's giving the separation, or whatever it attaches itself to, it gives a separation from that aspect. And Venus is all about relationships, love, unionship, and all of that, right? But now this is a secret that I want you guys to know, is that when you see Ketu and Venus, actually, guys, can you come closer, because this is a secret. Shh. Okay, so we're going to talk very whispery now. It's a secret, we don't tell other people. When you see Venus with Ketu, you must know and remember that this person, this individual in their lifetime will date different types of people. By different types, I don't just mean cosmetically, biologically. I mean, appearance wise. I also mean totally different. Like, this person can date a Christian, a saint, somebody who just won't even make a joke about God. And then in the evening they go and date a stripper or a prostitute, and they don't feel any embarrassment about this. They don't judge. They don't, like, this person, like a person with their Ketu attached to their Venus, can literally date somebody who is so dirty, somebody who doesn't take care of themselves, somebody who's stinking, somebody who's literally just out of the garbage bin. This person with a Ketu and Venus will not judge, will not see anything wrong, will not use our human criticism, human all of that, right? They don't see it. They just see the love, the pure love in everybody else, without judgment, without anything. They don't have the the ability to what's the word I'm looking for? It's not even discernment that I'm looking for, but you know how people are so judgmental. They like, oh, that's not my type. Oh, he's not my type. Oh, she's not my type. Oh, they don't have, the same class as me. Oh, they don't come from the background that I like. Oh, no. This person, they don't do that. They will date everyone, literally. Big, small, brown, dark, rich, poor, dirty, clean, saint, sinner. It doesn't matter. Okay, so that's the secret for today, you guys. I always like to share my secrets sometimes. And sometimes I leave, the other secrets for the premium subscribers, because it's only fair, right? So that was the first reason. It's because of his Ketu and Venus. Of course, he's been engaged several times, I think, to a girl named Naya, and then I think Ariana Grande as well. I'm not sure about Ariana Grande, but he's been engaged before. It's not like he's not interested in marriage and all of that, right? But it doesn't come into fruition because of Ketu. So maybe it gets to the highest peak, and then Ketu is like, time to break it off. Let's see if you can get it back. Right? But that is only for his personal life, love life, right? What about Jhene Aiko? Well, when it comes to Jhene Aiko, it is because of his Jupiter. It goes and sits in his what? In his 7th house. Yes, his Jupiter makes an overlay on his 7th house on her 7th house of Taurus. Remember, who's owning Taurus? Venus, right? Is Venus friends with Jupiter? Not necessarily. Yes, they're all great when it comes to giving abundance, conveniences, and all of that, because Jupiter expands that. But there are aspects where they don't necessarily agree as planets, Jupiter and Venus, right? And therefore Jupiter is here annoyed in Taurus, is not comfortable, is feeling like like a like a motivational speaker who's invited to an event, and then when they get there, everybody's drunk, everybody's not listening, everybody's just having their good time, the music is so loud, nobody's listening, right? And therefore they can't really motivate, because remember, Jupiter is that person who's just spreading the word, whatever word it is. Right? And as you guys remember, through all our discussions that we've done over the past 2 years, Jupiter is not an indication of being bound down. You cannot rely on Jupiter for marriage, because Jupiter is a freelancer. Jupiter is a free wheeler, somebody who moves around. So now Big Sean comes with his Jupiter and sits all of that freedom in a house of marriage, commitment, and seriousness. And Jupiter here is already annoyed because it's owned by what? By Taurus. It's Taurus owned by Venus, right? So this is what's happening now. This Jupiter wanting freedom, wanting exploring other options, wanting to see other alternatives, wanting to to spread the word. Spread the word to everyone, right? So this is the biggest reason why he is hesitant, to being married with her or to her. Right. And of course, Jhene Aiko has been married as well before. She's a divorcee, right? So it's definitely not her seventh house that has a problem. But now, because her seventh house is hosting the Jupiter of Big Sean. You see now, guys. So that's the simple reason. We could stop here, but I just want to explain something very quickly. Let's get into it. Remember yesterday when I told you guys about the glue, right? Now you will always remember. When you see Moon and Saturn, you will remember, Mita said glue, glue, glue. Yes. So Moon and Saturn create a glue in Synastry, and now this glue, we see it again in Jhene Aiko and Big Sean Synastry, right? This glue of Moon and Saturn, remember, it is not nice, it is not smooth, it is not simple, right? So what it does is that it creates a lot of resentment. As I explained yesterday, it creates a lot of resentment, a lot of unanswered regrets, unspoken things, a lot of insecurity it creates, right? And they have that, and she's the Moon and he's the Saturn, meaning that he's been very slow to show that he's in her, he's into this, he's in having a long-term commitment, right? But he's unsure because maybe she changes, because she's the Moon partner here, so she fluctuates. There are things that she does subconsciously, as I said, remember yesterday, because it's all done subconsciously. Remember, Moon represents the mind, so it's all done subconsciously by the Moon partner, giving all these doubts, all these signals that are creating doubt in the mind of Saturn, who's already an insecure person. Because remember, Saturn is a planet representing the highest insecurity that you can see in astrology, right? But then, because this is a glue, it means that there are obligations that are making them stay together. And for them, particularly as kids, like I told you guys, that sometimes with other people as children, sometimes it's because of profession, sometimes it's because of standard, social standard, sometimes it's because of social status, and sometimes it's because of tradition stuff like family, all of that, right? And with them now, they have a son together, which obviously I can see that she had the son like in 2022, of course 34, and in the chart you can see why they had a son right at this time. But nonetheless, so that is the glue that is keeping them together, and that is creating all of this buzz of somebody's not happy, and all of that, right? So what I can see here is that allegedly or apparently or possibly and all of that, right? Because we never know until somebody, they really reveal what happened. But what I see here, because they the same age, right, 36 years old, but what I see here is that at age 35, that's why I'm using the word allegedly, possibly, all of that, right? At age 35, I see that there could have been some sort of cheatation, or not necessarily like cheating with a third party, but maybe also could be cheating with their trust on each other or something like this, right? Because at this time I see that her progressing Venus was conjunct with his Rahu, also conjunct with his Neptune, also obviously telling us that there were lies as well that were involved in this scandal, right? And because there's also Chiron here, there was some wounding that somebody felt in this relationship, and possibly herself, because this is now her Venus that is going over, or that was going over his Rahu, Neptune and Chiron, right? Meaning that there was a scandal. Of course, it's not been nobody has ever said this, it's not on the news, we don't know this. I'm only seeing it from the Synastry point of view. And what I see is that she could have then discovered this lie or this cheatation, right? Because her progressing Venus is also, attached with her sun here, with her natal sun. As I said yesterday, sun reveals wherever it is, right? It will reveal everything around that house, or around that aspect, or around that relationship. So she discovered something last year when they were 35, and some cheatation, some lies, and she got hurt. And because she got hurt, he could also be hurt as well, because Chiron goes both ways. It is a wounded healer. Sometimes even the person who's doing the wounding can also feel some pain, right? And I also see obviously that her Ketu, progressing Ketu, has been attached to his Mars, right? And when these two are together, it's like brothers, right? But it's like rebels who, if there is no building cause, then they're gonna go for destruction, right? But this is not necessarily important. It only becomes important because his his Mars is opposite her Saturn, and also opposite her own Mars, right? So arguments, of course, they have been there. There have been plenty of arguments throughout their relationship, but it's gonna get better now, because this Ketu, her Ketu over his Mars, is going to leave this aspect, and it's gonna pass on to be conjunct with his Jupiter, right? However, I also do see that last year her progressing Venus as well was with her Mercury, and anytime when Venus and Mercury are together we are going to find a lot of flirtation. Okay, so it means that she herself could have been flirting with a third party, somebody else, possibly a friend. Like lots of times it's the friend, because the Mercury represents friends, right? So she could have been flirting, entertaining somebody else as well last year, right? So of course I'm saying all of these is alleged, because I have not seen any news confirming any cheatation that happened last year when they were 35, or all of that. But when it's confirmed, or maybe I should just do research on this part, because I did not check the news tabloid concerning to this part. So I'll just do that, and if I find something, then I'll just attach it as a note, right? But now I do see that as of this year, or starting when she turned 36, then things settled down in terms of their relationship. Maybe they felt close, they started to feel close again to each other, because remember, they have a child together, because her progressing Venus has been attached to her natal Venus as of the 36-year age mark. So of course, when the progressing Venus is conjunct the natal Venus, then it affirms the love, the unionship. It heals that aspect of life, which is great, which is wonderful. So maybe she could have been feeling a bit secure again, because of the conjunction of progressing Venus over her natal Venus, right? But I also see that as of this year, right, of course, that her progressing Ketu, of course, as I said, is going to be in her 7th house, conjunct with Jupiter. He's Jupiter. Okay, so in this time, there could be some trigger in Big Sean of some sort of spirituality. All of a sudden now Big Sean feels like, okay, I need to talk to God. I need, to go to the temple. I need, so there could be some sort of triggering, like a spiritual trigger that comes out of the life of Big Sean because of her progressing Ketu over the Jupiter. However, if this fails and Big Sean does not go to the root of spirituality, then finally their relationship could be kaput. Like they could decide to go separate ways. They could decide that, okay, fine, we've given it a try, and there's no point in continuing anymore. Let's sever our ties. So that could be happening pretty soon, like end of this year, or as early at the 37-year mark, right? And if as I said, Big Sean does not go the spiritual route when this happens, again, her progressing Venus will now be attached to the whole scenario of Jupiter, of his Jupiter, and her own progressing Ketu, and it's going to happen so soon, like so quickly. It's going to be like a sudden breakup, if they do break up, like a sudden shift in the relationship, right? Because of Uranus also being here. So of course the solution, as I said, is if Big Sean would start to focusing on his spirituality, on coming closer to the universe and coming closer to God, or whoever they pray to, and this would help them actually kind of like keep their relationship intact together, right? And then at 38, when they turn 38, because now her progress Venus would be going over his Mars, here there could be like some sort of sexual vibe, like even if you break up with someone, you just have you when you meet them, they still hot, oh my god, and then you like you have those moments with them. Or there could be some sort of argument about something very important to them, because Mars arguments and all of that. So there could also be that. So I don't want to go further than 38, because it's a long time after that. We just it's too far out. So that's it, guys. I answered the research question of why Big Sean is hesitant in marrying her, or has not married her yet. And so that is done, that is answered. And so please like, subscribe, and comment, suggest new stuff or new people to focus on and all of that, and new aspects that you'd like to know. And somebody did ask for me to continue with the series on Lilith and Mars in houses when it comes to Synastry. I would do that. I think I will do one more, and then I stop, because the reason why I'm choosing to stop halfway is because I do want to share some of the some of the stuff that I know with the people who do pay for it. So I don't want to give everything out like that. I just want to share the secrets with the people who pay, so that they can also feel worth of their money, right? So it's only fair. Anyway, and so ciao guys, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.